Good day, students. Today we'll start with our subject, which has a name of hydraulics and pneumatics. It is a subject of BE Mechanical Engineering 2015 course at Savitribai Phule, Pune University, Pune. My name is Professor A. Joshi. I am Assistant Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, Sanjeevani College of Engineering, Kopargaon. So let us study our lecture number 1, that is introduction to the subject. That means why exactly we learn this subject. Now if you find most of the literature, you will never find the name hydraulics and pneumatics for this subject content. The name is always fluid power. So what is fluid power? The fluid power is the technology that deals with the generation, control and transmission of the power using pressurized fluid. It can be said that fluid power is a muscle that moves the industry. This is because the fluid power is used to push, pull, regulate or drive virtually all machines of the modern industry. So let us study some practical machines which are around you. Now you can see these pictures. You can definitely see this excavator machine which is having a brand name as JCB. Now JCB is an organization which manufactures excavator equipment, that is why mostly it is known as JCB. Okay, so it has a wide range of fluid power application. You can see that it has a front loader, it has a backhoe. There are many applications of fluid power into this particular device. Then see this second image. You can see this is a hydraulic press. Okay, so hydraulic press has a wide applications from a small mechanical workshop to large industries. Okay, depending on the type of work which you need to do, the design of this hydraulic press will change. Okay, let us go further application. This is also, you might be seen, this is a excavator combine. Okay, usually this machine is used to cut the grains, okay, or harvesting. Okay, so you can see this on this harvester there is a cutting mechanism, okay, which cuts the crop. Okay, so this cutting mechanism is nothing but governed by an hydraulic system. Okay, then next let's consider another application. This is a steering mechanism system. Okay, so what you find is that there is an engine. Okay, that engine has a governor, that is controller. This controller controls the speed of the oil pump which is driven by this engine. Okay, in this there is a oil tank or oil reservoir which usually the oil pump actually pumps the fluid and supplies it to the system. Okay, so here you can find that this is a steering system of a four-wheeler. Okay, so an enlarged view of this is here in this diagram. You can see that there is a this particular system, the oil is delivered through the steering pump. Okay, and this is a spool. Okay, these are hydraulic lines, these are called as fluid lines. Okay, so through these fluid lines the fluid flows to this particular hydraulic valve. Okay, and depending on the movement of this this steering, okay, this is a rack and pinion arrangement. Okay, this will convert the rotary motion which you provide to the steering wheel to the linear motion. This linear motion will drive this spool. Okay, and because of this fluid power which is getting provided here, okay, the knuckle or the mechanism which is connected to the tires tires of the front wheel, okay, those will be governed and those will be directed in particular direction. Okay, then consider another application. You can see that this is a in service station, this is a hydraulic jack which you at the service station which you all observe. The service for servicing of the domestic four-wheeler vehicle, this vehicle is lifted through this hydraulic lift. Okay, so here you can perform operations like washing and many other operations which are performed like this. Now what is the principle that such a high weight, more than 1000 kg, is easily lifted by this particular ram? Okay, so the basic principle behind this is nothing but called as the Pascal's law. Okay, now what Pascal's law says that when a pressure is applied to a confined fluid, okay, it gives reaction in all directions equally. Okay, that means if you give a larger force to the smaller area, okay, so that will the same force will get transmitted through this fluid. Okay, and when you allow that force to expand through a larger area, okay, the way the number of times you pump this particular small cylinder is not equal to the number of stroke which you get for this larger cylinder. That means when you pump harder on this side, this vehicle is getting lifted slowly. Okay, that means that is because here the area of expansion for the fluid is high. Okay, so this is nothing but a simple application of a hydraulic system. Now which are the basic components of a hydraulic system or a fluid power system? Okay, so fluid power system has a prime mover, which usually either AC motor or DC motor or diesel engine or an auto engine or a petrol engine, what you can say. There is a power transmission system in every engine which reduces the speed and increases the torque. Okay, and that increased torque is provided to the fluid power system. Okay, now fluid power system will again utilize that mechanical energy and convert that mechanical energy into hydraulic energy, and this hydraulic energy is again then transmitted to the application area, where it again get converted into mechanical energy. So don't worry, if you are not getting this, we will have a detailed discussion in forthcoming lectures. Okay, now let us study which are the basic components of hydraulic system. It has a filter, a pump, okay, which is driven by a motor. This motor, either AC motor, DC motor, are driven by engine, as we just said. Then there is a pressure regulator. There is a direction control valve mechanism which directs the fluid to the actuator. Actuator is nothing but a device which actually functions or actually converts the hydraulic energy into mechanical energy. Okay, and there is a load, which is this load is either raised or lowered because of the hydraulic fluid. Okay, and there is a return mechanism for the fluid. Now if you look at this diagram indicates various symbols are there. Okay, so in this subject there are different components of hydraulic systems and pneumatic systems are shown by different standard symbols. Okay, those symbols we will study. Okay, so this is nothing but a pictorial representation of a simple hydraulic system. Okay, so then second component or second part of our fluid power systems are pneumatic devices. Okay, so pneumatic system used in industry, commonly powered by compressed air or compressed inert gases. Okay, so the working medium in pneumatic is compressed air or compressed gas, inert gas. Okay, a centrally located and electrically powered compressor powers the cylinder or air motors and other pneumatic devices. Okay, now there are some conditions in which hydraulic devices are used, and somewhere in some condition pneumatic devices are used, that we will study in later lectures. Okay, so this is a basic line. So this is a scissor lift which you can find. This is again in a service station, you can see this is a pneumatic application. Okay, these are basic components of pneumatic system. There are some advanced application which you can see. This is a robotic system, and this is called as a cobot. Okay, cobot means human plus robot, okay, combined. When they work together, that is called as a cobot mechanism. So this glass is lifted with the help of this cobotic mechanism. You can see these blue lines, this indicate that it's a pneumatic device. Okay, wherever you find these blue lines, you can see that it's a pneumatic device. So industry, about this subject, some industry point of view I want to highlight. The industrial automation industry in India is still evolving. This is due to the increasing foreign direct investment and sustained growth of the manufacturing sector. Okay, now this particular subject is nothing but a backbone of automation industry, and you can see that that the factory automation becomes more and more important for a competitiveness of a company. Okay, then India emerges as a preferred sourcing destination for industrial automation. Then India moving towards Industry 4.0, hence the industrial Internet of Things IIoT will emerge as a game changer for the manufacturing industry. And as we know that 66% of the business in India are looking for quite a different set of skills among the new recruiters than they did 3 years ago. That means now the knowledge of fluid power is so essential that that you cannot function without it in an industry, in any industry. Okay, so this is about industry view. Okay, that why industry demands this subject. Then come to the university view. Okay, that why we are studying hydraulics and pneumatics. You can see that these are course objective: to study the basic law, to study the fluid power application, working principles of various components used in a fluid power system, selection of those components, designing of the fluid power system, and the introduction to the low cost automation. Okay, so this is our course code. Course name is hydraulics and pneumatics. It has 3 hours of theory, 2 hours of practical every week. It has got 4 credits, 3 theoretical and 1 is for practical. You have a in semester exam for 30 marks, end semester exam for 70 marks, 25 marks are for oral, 25 marks are for term work. Now after implementation of this course, you will get these many outcomes. Okay, that you will successfully able to function with all these are the outcomes of your subject. That is to understand working principle, to identify various applications of fluid power system, selection of appropriate component, analyzing of the system. You should able to analyze the hydraulic system or pneumatic system. Then design as per the requirement, design of fluid power system as per the requirement, and to develop the knowledge which you can apply for the various applications. So this is all for a subject introduction in this lecture. Thank you. We will start with our content in the